Hello, good evening. Welcome to our live after 5. I just like to share that I've been having all these conversations with people looking to buy a property through their pension, and some of the conversations that I'm having are really, really interesting. So quite a few people say, oh, I want to buy a really nice house on the Dunmore Road through my pension and rent it out. Or I've got X amount in my pension fund that I'd like to buy a property with. Really what I'd be saying is, first of all, like anything, if you are working or you're self-employed and you have a pension and you're thinking of buying a property to help you with your retirement, it's really important to get some really, really good advice. Okay, so important. Now, we think Waterford is a great place to invest, and the value that's available for people to buy a rental property is way better, in my opinion, than Limerick, Galway and Cork, and I'm certainly not even going to dream of comparing it to Dublin. So there's great value out there. And typically people would expect to get between a 7 and a 9% return on their investment. What I mean by that is the price they pay and then the rental income they get per month. Now with the rent pressure zone, some properties have really low rent caps, so that doesn't make for a sound investment. Also, if you're thinking of buying through your pension, some people say, oh, I only want to buy a house, but the entry price into the market is too high because lots of homeowners buying and the return on the rent wouldn't make sense. So we recommend to consider an apartment purchase. There's some apartment blocks that are better than others and certain things that we say that are sound to consider. One, I personally think apartment blocks where there aren't too many apartments leading off a stairwell, or apartments where there are no lifts, because lifts, let's face it, can be really expensive to repair, and so that makes for very, very expensive service fees, and service fees are the fees that owners pay to the management company to run the building. And the other thing is, it's really important that we have rental properties for a functioning economy. I'm always saying this, that we need rental properties for people who are transient or short-term workers, or for example, people who arrive into Ireland who are going to be working in our hospitals. Let's face it, they're not going to buy a property the minute they land on Irish soil. They're not ready, they're not mortgage approved, so many reasons why. And people on temporary contracts, and we have so many companies looking to hire staff. So it's really important we have somewhere for them to live. So it's invest Waterford, help the rental crisis, and invest smart for your future and your retirement. If there's anything we can do to advise or help you, please get in touch. And if you're looking for some tips, I'll be putting some out in the next week or two about how to look for a really good property for your pension and your retirement. Anyway, have a great evening, and as I always say, slán go fóill.